All right, good evening, and welcome to something completely different, right? So, welcome, guys. Karma, welcome. It was Karma and me. So, hi there. Well, you could have a private session, but there you go. Ah, dang. So, welcome, Karma, and whoever else might be out there. As we do something different, we'll see what happens here. If anybody shows up, or if anybody's here, we'll go live and do some one-on-one sessions here. If not, then we shall end this. But, we shall see. Yeah, I guess we should turn off the. All right, modes. Do not disturb mode. Done. All right, so we'll wait and see if anybody comes in here. Cool. Let's clear all that up. Poof. Loretta, hi. Live. Yes, we are. Welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah, we'll see if anybody else piles in. If not, just be you. But who knows? We do what we can do, right? How are you doing? How's your evening? I know Karma's here, or she was. It says three, but who knows? I think my mother's one of them. But she's in the background, so I wouldn't know if she's here or not. At least not at the moment. Hi, Tina. How you doing? Welcome. Good evening. All right, so we'll give people a few minutes here. Deb, welcome. Grateful. Love you. Thank you. Grateful to see you here. Sphinx, hi. How are you? Okay, cool. Was just watching what is American Gods? That's I have not heard of that. Um, yeah, I don't know any new TV show other than a handful since 2014. Where are you, my friend? I am in Colorado at the moment at a friend's house. So I am grateful. I'm stashed up in her basement and trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. Not really trying to figure out because that won't get me anywhere, right? So the energy of trying doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, so looking to see what comes next. I think that's a better way to put things. But yeah, so right now we're kind of in that limbo space, right? But there's a lot of people in the same space right now. Not my like literally like no home, but in the like limbo land in their universe, right? So as we begin, 2026 is the year of shift, right? So 2025 we all sat around and figured out why it was all screwed up, and now 2025 or 2026 we can. All right, let's move it forward, all right? So here, but multitasking. Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so there's 10 of us here. Wow. 10 10. Hey, today's 10 10 too. So there you go. The date is 10 and then the year is 10 10. So you can push the two together and make it 20, but technically it would be like month and day are 10 and then the year is 10. So cool. All right, so there's 9 of us here now. All right, so either way, how this is going to work, and it's up to you guys if you want a session or not. But basically, just like when you would do a like have a tarot reading or whatnot, like if you watch like Hershey. If you have a question, you can ask. We'll just create a list. If you have a question of some sort, then you can ask Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, White Buffalo Calf Woman, and I'm going to leave Archangel Raphael or Archangel Michael, who I have channeled once, and I felt like I was going to like have a coronary explosion. The energy was crazy, and but yeah, so we'll put him to the left here unless he really wants to come through. I haven't channeled anybody else. Nobody else has seemed to want to come through. At least other than my guide Ron. I've talked. Ron's come through, and I've channeled Ron through to somebody else. But other than that, yeah. So basically, that's it's pretty simple here. If we'll create a list, and if you want to make it, there's no charge or anything. Donations are greatly accepted. All the donation links are in the channel or in the description of this program, but they're not required or necessary. But yeah, was doing good donning the other if you saw, and I was talking to Carl, and Carl was talking in the chat. I was literally talking to Carl, but Carl said in the chat, right, that he had a question, and I was like, well, I thought from like, well, we don't do specific. Well, why not, right? So yeah, we can do a specific read, and so we did a channeling directly for Carl from Saint Germain, and it turned out really good. And it's like, wait a minute, obviously we have something else we can do here. So in, instead of just doing the group channeling like we do in Good Dawning, now we will do individual channeling for you, and you can talk right back through the chat, of course. But until we get this, more interactive than the flat 2D video version of YouTube here, until we can video chat, but right, we can do it on Discord, but yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, so if you have a question for any of, and you can ask who you want to come through, like Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, White Buffalo Calf Woman, any of them, any of the ones I normally channel, you can ask them with someone specific, or if not, any of them who will jump in and I'm sure answer the question for you. Either way. I also have cards here as well, so I will pull some cards to ground some energy and see what we've got. I do have a Shafa there it is. And because I have to practice, right? I am requiring myself to practice. I'll use the book, but we have a deck of tarot cards as well, the Owl tarot cards that we got from Wonderful Hershey, and so we will use the Owl tarot cards as well. Just for my practice sake, because I don't know a lot about tarot as much as I can. Anybody can use an oracle deck, but tarot you have to. I mean, you can do it intuitively, but if you're trying to read like exactly what the card is, so should be fun. We'll go for I don't know, about an hour, give or take. I know Truth Wave's on at 8 straight up, so if you want to leave for Truth Wave and we're still going, that's fine. And Jim Dandy to me, go Jim Dandy. But otherwise, yeah, there we go. All right, so hi. Henny, hi, Henny. How are you? All right, so if somebody wants to, if anybody would care to, if we have a list of some fashion, I can pin it. But if you want a, so basically we're gonna do it just like any other tarot reading or any other reader that like if you saw Hershey today, just put me in the chat. So all you need to do is put capital M, capital E in the chat. When I get to you, then I will have you type in some formula of a question, and then yeah, we will channel and card first, and then channel, and you can directly, I can read it. I can read and channel, so we can go back and forth with whomever I'm channeling with to see what's what and kind of work through whatever's going on. Archangel Michael, he's not a no-go. I channeled him twice, right? And the first time I thought I was going to die. Literally, I felt like it was like, oh, that probably looked weird. But the energy was like really insane. And it takes a lot of like, just to hold back. I mean, because it's like whoosh with Archangel Michael, right? As it should be, because it's Archangel Michael. But yeah, so I don't specifically channel him, and like I said, he comes through occasionally. I really don't even like to mention it, but since I did once, I kind of do. But yeah, so that's where we stand. General for 2026. So we have Debs. So if you want to, we're gonna create a list. So go ahead and just put me in, and if you want to do something basic, that's fine. Put me into the chat there. Well, he's got some power. He's got a little protective to my Reiki master. Hello, he's got me, and he told her so. Who's got you? Archangel Michael? But yeah, so throw into the chat just capital M, capital E, and we'll create a list. And really, this is, we're just, at this, it's 2026, right? It's the year of action. It's the year of creating, right? The horse, fire horse movement forward. Right? You never, unless you got like a really old horse and you get on him, he's like, I'm not going nowhere. Every horse is going to move you somewhere forward, right? Unless you put it in reverse. But every horse is going to move you forward. So fire, this is the year of moving forward. The year of the snake was what? Revealing and releasing, right? As we learned through, at least I did through my universe of what was revealed and released, right? Literally by the end of the year is we released, we reset, and we moved into 2026 to match its energy. So crazy. Grace, beautiful, lovely, nice. Grace, how are you? How is your universe going? Amazing. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's for Grace. It's good afternoon, and it's tomorrow afternoon. Well, we're here till at night, right? So exactly. So yeah, so there's two universes, literally two universes going on, just let alone we all have our own universes, but there's literally two dates going on here, right? So Grace is in, well, we're having 10-10, right? Grace is in 10-11, right? Theoretically, or 11-10. The year of the fire horse, exactly. So theoretically, if you did the work in the year of the snake, right, and shed skin, right, of all your traumas and dramas, and allowed yourself, like the snake who comes out of the grass, right, and shows up all of a sudden. Whatever showed up all of a sudden, like, hey, we know something happened in my universe and showed up, right? What showed up in yours? Did you clear it or not? 2026 is the year to create past all of that, right? Favor. So yeah, that's kind of flat. It's supposed to be soda water, but it's I left it out, so it's flat. Um, I'm in your yeah, right. She's our future, right? So yeah, so Grace can tell us. So what's the future look like, Grace? Do we survive to make it to tomorrow? Um, exactly. How cool is that? All right. So all right. I do not. I should grab a pen or a pencil here, but unless somebody wants to be very kind and just keep track of the list, like you've seen like Rossi do for Hershey and such. So yeah, I don't know how to copy. Please let me know if it's not accurate. Angie, hi Angie, how are you? All right, there's 13 of us. All right, so we're gonna go for about an hour. So at least we'll take the first five for sure, and we'll go from there. But and see where we stand. But yeah, so this is new, something fresh, new, and exciting. It's not new edition though. So inviting to me, right? Horses, you got it. We have four on the list. Okay, so who be on the list? I know if you just want to put the names on it, I'll pin it. But just throw it in there, and I'll pin the list to the channel here, and we'll see what we got. Or to the chat, I should say. I don't know how to copy. How to copy? To copy it'll like you can't copy from the chat, unfortunately. Oh, so how do you get a channeling read from? Just put me, capital ME, in the chat, and that's it. And then I will when we will give you a read. Can you see the list above? Let's see here. I don't know how to copy. Let's see. List. Oh yeah, New York Debs, Loretta. This is perfect. Henny, and Grace. All right, I'm gonna pin that. There we go. All right, so we got a pin. All right, so we're cooking with Crisco here. All right, so without further ado, and again, thank you guys for being here. This is something brand new, and I'm gonna try to do this once a week, maybe twice a week, but we will see. And let's see how this works out first. Of course, the initial one. Of course, there is no charge or anything. Donations are accepted, and everything is pinned in the description of the channel. The channel. All right. So here we go. All right. So all right. So Loretta, you are all right. The list actually. New York Debs, you're up first. So Deb, do you have a specific? Throw anything you want. Just let me know you're here first, like any other channeling, and of course, throw anything you want into the chat there as far as questions or what have you. All right. This is cool. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's perfect for a first night. 6 is going to be perfect. I'm going to replace the pin message. So I got the amount list there. Perfect. All right. So here we go, guys. All right. So Loretta, you are up. Do you have a specific question? Because it's really, anything that you would want to ask, like the guides, Archangel Raphael, what have you. If you don't, that's fine. And we can go through it that way too. Sorry, I spelled. Oops, sorry, Helene. I'm here. I would like to know if I'm getting my own place in 2026. All right, so let's absolutely. So let's. We're not even gonna pull the. We really don't need the Kuan Yin cards because we could just talk to her, right? We'll put that over there. All right, this is the Archangel Raphael deck that is as from Kelly Kalani of the Archangel Raphael channel. So let's see what we got. We're gonna pull. We may not do it like traditional cards, like 1, 2, 3, but we will pull cards. All right, let's see what we got, Debs. Merlin, yeah, absolutely. The big question is, and the energy is basically saying yes, but the question is, are you doing what you need to do? The magic is coming. The magic will happen if you do the work. So yes, the answer is yes, but you have to do the work to bring in the vibrational magic to have that happen. But yes, absolutely. I don't see why it wouldn't. But let's really, I mean, that's a straight answer right there, but we can pull in the channeling here as well. All right, so is yes, most likely, yeah. I mean, if you really want an apartment, it's pretty much all you gotta do is just I have an apartment and kind of ground your whole universe into my new apartment, right? And just tell everybody about your new apartment that may not exist yet, but does exist because it's your new apartment, right? It's kind of what I'm doing right now to an extent, right? My new apartment, because I drove past my old one today and said, no, we're gonna do better, right? We can do better than the old apartment, right? If we're gonna get one, we're gonna do better. But hang on one second. Saint Germain, we are grateful that you are here, and we are grateful for Josh finally listening to us. I don't know, a year or so later, right? But sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly, or sometimes almost never. But we are here, and we are grateful, right? So you are looking for your own play steps. The question for yourself then, and you have to ask yourself is it's not are you going to get the places, are you going to allow yourself to get the place, if you're an understanding. Sometimes we don't know why you don't have an apartment now, and that is not for us to speculate, but will you allow in your energy to bring the apartment into your frame is the question. If you are not seeing yourself providing a home for yourself, then it will not be provided. The way to provide the apartment for yourself is to expect yourself to provide one for you, right? Expect the universe, expect yourself, expect your circumstances to bring that in, right? You are strong enough, right? Did you not eat dinner tonight of some sort, right? Do you not have a shoe on your foot, right? So you did bring something into your universe. So if you are looking to create an apartment, right, to have a space that you can call your place, so to speak, then yes, it is going to be your responsibility to keep the energy up. And it's like anything else. If you are looking to create something in your universe, all your job is to do the 10%, right? So your job would be to get up, to go and fill out the applications and to make sure you have a job that will pay for it, right? It is our job to make sure to guide you, if you are listening to your intuition, right, to the right apartment where you can have the better circumstances, meet the right people. That is the hard part, is people do not listen sometimes. And so you end up in a miserable apartment, but you did not listen when you could have had the Ritz. You end up at the Ritz Cracker instead, so to speak, if you are an understanding, right? So just listen to your intuition. It'll guide you to the right apartment, but make sure you are doing the work, right? Putting the money away, making sure, going to work, what have you, and doing what is needed to be done, filling out the paperwork that might be necessary and all of that. But of course, we do not see you not. The only one who would not see you not moving yourself forward generally is going to be yourself, right? If you have had troubles getting a place of your own, then is the troubles, and you have to look at this, right? Is the troubles really coming from like financial or whatnot? Is it coming from patterns, right? A lot of these things come from patterns that we've created in our universe as well. So it is really going to be up to you. So put the energy forward by creating those circumstances, moving forward, right? Do you have another question, Deb? We can answer another one if you have one. Yeah, okay, I'm back. But yeah, if you have another question, Deb, Saint Germain, anybody might come through. You are welcome to put it into the chat there. But yeah, I mean, really, it's like anything else. It's like the situation that I'm currently sitting in, right? Hi ho, it's the current situation that I'm in, right? So if you're wanting something, right, like I have to find a job, I have to move my universe to where it's going to be in some fashion, right? I can't see it as not, right? It's the only thing I can do is literally sit around and just, I'm in that universe, right? And so, hopefully, will Jim and I stay friends? Okay, Saint Germain. Now we are not going to, and I want you all to understand, we are not we are not like going to give you the answer, right? We're not like Zoltar, right? You remember Zoltar, right? Like, I want to be big, right? So there you get big, right? But what we will say is, the question is, if you want to, and you are not seeming to have any issues like troubles or anything, which if you are having, any of you out there who are watching this, right? Because this is the first time. So if you're having any troubles in your universe in any sort and need some sort of guidance as well, do keep in mind that we are here for that too. But will you remain friends with Jim? Do you want to remain friends with Jim? First off, it sounds like there is an issue and it sounds like maybe it is not on your end. Maybe it sounds like Jim and something is fishy, right? So the question is, do you? No, I'm not saying that Jim does or does not, but do you want to remain friends with Jim? And if there's something going on with Jim, then you have to look into the relationship, right? But that is a question you. It's hard for us to answer that because we are not going to. We cannot procrastinate. Like look into the future. Like, are you going to win the lottery, or is Ed McMahon? Whether depending on the universe you are living in, right? Did Ed McMahon come actually deliver money? But is Ed McMahon theoretically going to come to my door and give me a check, right? We cannot tell you will you remain friends, but we can state that your questioning of your friendship with Jim is either one of two things: are you moving past the relationship, right? Or is Jim, right? Are you having issues? Is Jim having issues in the relationship on your end, right? And it is shaky on his end. But obviously, so the question you have to ask is really, do you need to sit down with Jim and re-square your relationship? But we do not know these circumstances, right? So Saint Germain, we're not like going to predict, but we will have Josh throw some cards though. So there we go. Hold tight. All right, I can throw some cards on that though. So there we go. All right, and all right, we can do this too. We'll do. Hi, Chris. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the first ever channeling and discussion with the Saint Germain, Archangel Raphael, and crew, and cards at the same. So one-on-one live, right? So all right. So this is the wisdom of the owls. So we're gonna pull 3 cards. Well, one's gonna fly out. That's your past. We're gonna pull your present and then your future with Jim. But Saint Germain cannot. That's one thing I really need to clarify. He cannot tell you, and none of them can, like your future, your universe. Are you going to? You have to put the energies towards and trust, right? Because they don't want to influence your timeline either. So that's one thing I can tell you. Is they're not looking to influence your timeline. All right, we're gonna take that last card. It almost fell out. All right. So let's see what we've got here, guys. All right. Yes, I do believe that we can be that living together or not, things are going well. Okay, let's see what we've got. All right. So in your direct past, I'm going to need the book because again, I'm not the most tarot smart, but I am. I can do Oracle. I just got to learn. So, but this is one reason we're doing this, right? All right. So the 6 of Swords. Don't sink the boat. This is your past. We're just doing a simple 3-card throw here. 6 of Swords. There we go. And now since this is the owl deck, it's going to be a little different. So this is. I'll show you the card itself. It's easier in the book. So there we go. The owl. Gorgeous cards. I'm truly in love with this deck. Myself here. Chris, how you doing, man? All right, 6 of Swords. Looks like the Owl Guardian is ready to get out of the cold snow and into some warm greenery. The frozen environment surrounding this owl was not making him happy, so he decided to travel a bit further down to the bay and start a new nest and take that next step on his journey. He is happy to unfreeze. There we go. His beak and be ready to forage into the tall grass, looking for bugs. So in the past, you had no issues, right? So it was really. You can change your current environment and letting out the conditions that affect your mood and do something about it. So in the past, yeah, so good friends. I mean, obviously, I don't see any issues there or anything else with the 6 of Swords. Let's see where we are currently with your friendship. And we have the 4 of Cups. And if you see me again looking at the book, and I'm learning tarot, so this is like kind of one step at a time here. So the 4 Cups are further back. Here we go. Alrighty. Knight of Cups. Queen of Swords. Where's the Cups? Oh, I see what they're doing here. Alright. 4 of Cups. Sitting under a tree, the wisdom, hoping for some intuitive inspiration. The Owl Guardian is disappointed that nothing is coming through. Usually working with 3 cups allows him to receive the answers he seeks. Not today. 4 are needed, and he didn't bring that many. So he's not going. He doesn't see. So upset that he does not see a 4th cup being offered to him by another wise owl. There we go. Dissatisfied emotions roll through you. There we go, right? So you said there's something going on with Jim. We had what had worked for you before isn't working anymore. Are you feeling you're feeling uninspired instead just sitting there waiting for your reality to change? It's time to look outside of your current situation. Look for extra cup and that is being offered to you and implement different actions. What you think is missing is not missing at all. So yeah, apparently is there a communication issue or something going on between you and Jim? And it's speaking through the Four of Cups here for sure. And then the Page of Swords. Ooh, interesting. So we'll go back here. King. They break them all down here. Pages. Here we go. The Page of Wands. Swords. Here we go. The Page of Swords. Beautiful artwork too. Here we go. All right. So the Page of Swords. What do you think is in the Page's cap? He's very proud of his new headpiece and thinks that it may make him look super smart. Turns out he doesn't really need the cap to help him. He's very intelligent. He's learning how to wield the sword and stunning lightning speed, and he's already #1 student. So like the Page, learn the things very fast. You are fast learning. The information magically embeds itself in your mind. If you're being called to, all right. So obviously, there's something you need to. For you and Jim, do I think you're going to be together based off of the Page of Swords? It's possible, but there's something that you've learned or are learning or will learn that may cause you to move further on. I can't state that for a fact. Yeah, so I got to be real careful here because I don't want to state any absolutes or anything. But yes, it does. From what Angela, hi. So based off of this, what I'm seeing here, Four of Cups right now. I don't know what's going on communication-wise or otherwise, but there's definitely a misgroove in the relationship. And will it come back? That's going to be up to you once you learn what you've learned. The question is, will you go back? That's the question. So I can't answer, but there's something you're going to learn, and that will answer. You'll have to answer yourself that question. And but yeah, so hopefully that helps. That helps, Deb. But so be prepared. There's something that's going to come through, some sort of information, and I don't know what it is, but once you find out, let us know how it turns out there. Thank you, Debs. So yeah, so if Debs are initial practice here, so channeling and cards. Thank you. Resonates. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Grace. Hi. All right, so next is Loretta. And if you're here, I know you're here, Loretta. If you want to throw something into the chat, question of some sort, something going on, advice, what have you. And we will see. And if you're somebody specific you want to ask the question to, be it Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, Kuan Yin, Sekhmet, or White Buffalo Calf Woman, please feel free to ask directly to one of them as well. My question is above. Okay, cool. Scroll. Nice looking cards. Thank you. Scrolling. All right. Yes, I do. I want to believe we can be that living together. Okay. No, that's it. That's that. All right. There you go. How will my artistic and prosperity energies look this year? All right. Good question. All right. How will your artistic and prosperity look this year? Well, first off, again, anything like anything else, right? Eye of the Tiger. Do you have that Eye of the Tiger? First off, I'm sure you do. And if you carry that energy, then all right. Angel numbers. We got like a whole stack of decks here. All right, so let's see what we get. We're gonna see what number pulls out, and then we will. And if there's anybody specific you would want me to channel, feel free to. Scrolling. Keep those wagons rolling. All right, let's see what we got here. Who's coming out? Anybody? Just one. 2 cards. Okay. All right, that's way too many cards. We don't need like 6 cards here. All right. Yeah, except every time I think of the song Rawhide, right? It's never anybody but the Blues Brothers, right? When they're at what is it, Uncle Bob's the country bunker there, and they're getting bottles and stuff chucked at them through the chicken wire. Bob's Country Bunker, is that it? All right, Loretta. So, great number, 13, 13. So we're talking about prosperity. You are fully supported. You do realize that, right? 3 is support. It's like the universe is and you and work, right? So, comfort, protection, assurance, support. You see, safety, angels, and reassurance. The number 1313 brings all the protection from your angels as they want you to know that you can seek comfort and safety under their watchful care. As you work extra hard to shield you from any negativity. So basically, yeah, as long as you stay positive, and again, your positive results, your results generally equal, your positivity generally equals positive results, right? So yeah, so in the 1313, you're going to be fine. White Buffalo Calf Woman. What path? Did you watch today's Good Dawning? What path? Today we talked about the path. We did a visualization, Loretta, on the path, right? And how you choose. This is perfect, right? Because your question is, do I see prosperity in 2026? Loretta, what path do you choose to walk in 2026? White Buffalo Calf Woman is asking you, as the path is laid out in front of you, close your eyes for a moment and see the path that you are walking on, just like this Good Dawning, right? See the path that you are walking on. Is that path prosperous? Is that path not prosperous? You are going to choose based on the vibration that you are allowing to emanate from yourself, right? So if you are seeing the path as a broken sidewalk, right? And you are walking past the ghetto, right? And you are seeing broken down cars, and that is not going to be the path you would want to take. But if you are seeing that path, then you're going to bring that into your universe. You have a right and a choice to see a prosperous path, right? So if you see that path and you know and you trust that you are walking that path, your actions will align you with that prosperous path as well. Why? Because you are not going to have any doubt, and you are going to stand in frame to realize, as we've been talking, right? Not your lying eyes, that what path you choose to walk, you are going to be supported. You are supporting what? First off, you trust in yourself because you see the abundance. Secondly, you trust in what? Your universe, because it is going to bring in to your frame and situations that will continue the abundance, right? So as long as you are walking your path, as long as you are staying in your frame, and as long as you are moving yourself forward, not doubting, right? You are not a doubting Thomas, right? Are you? White Buffalo Calf Woman wants you to understand that what you expect is what you will receive, right? And if you are expecting abundance and you are willing to do the work, all 10% of it, because we do most of it for you. If you are willing to do the work, then the work will be leading you to a better path. So close your eyes. See the path. As we said in Good Dawning there, is it a beautiful path? Is it the path like you see in the title card, right? Walking you past the ocean? Or is it the path walking you to the garbage dump? Or is it the path, if you have ever seen, through India, right? You have seen Jared, right? Where he walked through the West Bank, right? And the Gaza Strip, right? You are not walking in that path. So the path is what you make it, right? So join with White Buffalo Calf Woman. And as you step out into your universe every day, be grateful. See yourself on the prosperous path. See yourself on the path that brings you the divine love, the divine fortunes that you are worthy of, right? The divine inheritance that you came to earth to achieve and to receive, right? You would not come to earth to experience poverty per se, right? Now, maybe that's a condition you wanted to experience so that you could experience the opposite thereof, right? Because generally speaking, most of everything that you experience on planet Earth, be it poverty or lack of love or hate, right? If you ever notice, we invert that at some point in your life, and you get to experience the love and the abundance, right? Trust. Walk that path. You will be fine. Releasing. Hi Hershey. Oh, welcome. Grateful. Um, all right. So yeah, Loretta. Will you be prosperous? The question is, will you allow, as White Buffalo Calf Woman said there, will you allow yourself to be prosperous? The answer I'm seeing is yes, but we're gonna pull because we're learning, and we're gonna pull some. So welcome to Josh Learns Tarot. We're gonna pull some tarot cards too, just to pull some energy out for the year, and we'll do past year, current, and then future. So past, present, and future. Just a simple 3 card pull. With and this again, Hershey. Thank you. This deck is stunning, and I am ever so grateful. And with your energy in it too, I'm just thank you. All right, so cut this into threes here. I can't get my sword. It's locked in. I have a sword that could cut this into 3, but it's locked in U-Haul storage in Ohio. My inner mantra: the way out is the way up. The way out is in. The way up is through. Ooh, I love it. All right, so take the bottom card. Actually, no, we're just gonna take the top 3. That's what I'm feeling. 1, 2. Yeah, we're gonna take top, and then not in this case. You can do that with Oracle, but not so much. All right. All right. So the first card we have is the 5 of Pentacles, and again, that's where I get goofed out. I mean, if it was like I know I could try to do it the old way, right? Like to look into. Hang on, I'm gonna do something. But I still want to read it. This is 10 or Judgment. Um, See now the old way I would read cards, right? Totally ignoring all of this and literally just going from in here, right? All right, I'm gonna check something here. So we're going to read the Judgment card. Because this would be now. All right, Judgment. And again, gorgeous card. Really beautiful deck. All right, so 3 owls who are in a deep and healing sleep have just been awakened by the Judgment Owl. During their slumber, they learned many new things about themselves and their lives. Sleep not only healed their physical body, but their minds and soul as well. Now they're awakened and they realize that they are brand new owls, and they are weary that their family who won't know who they are anymore. Before sending them home, the Judgment Owl shares a little piece of advice. Others see you how you see yourself. So decide who you judge yourself to be. That's a really big deal there. To decide who you judge yourself to be. Upright owl is wisdom. Judgment. So for judgment is not only about judging others for your actions, but more about how you're judging yourself against your own actions. Right. Going to bed, y'all. Have a wonderful time. Sending blessings. All right. Good night, Hershey, and much love. And oh, hey, Clint, and we will take care. Have a good night. If you love, all right. So, all right, and the Judgment Owl is asking to be confident in who you are, be proud of who you have become, and stand in your power. Spread your wings and show the world your magic. If you love who you are, feel worthy. There, yes, you can see this, right? You're gonna be fine, and then you're climbing, because then you sit on your throne, right, as the queen. This is past, present, and future. You're your own. So yeah, this is the year, right? A lot of us are going to be in that space, right? In the past, it was not so easy. Now this is the you step into that frame, right? And then once you find that frame, then you can sit on your throne, right? And let what you've created. You can look over what you've created, right? That's 2026 pretty much in a nutshell. Actually, 2026 in a nutshell. Be like, hey, I'm in a nutshell. Let me out, right? But no, that's exactly. But nonetheless, yeah, you're fine. But at least the way I see it. But you have to see yourself. It's like White Buffalo Calf Woman says. You have to see yourself. So when you close your eyes, you see the prosperous path, or when you and what walk, and this is what I'm learning, right? And because it's literally energy of, it's all energy, all of it, everything, right? So what question is, what walk are you taking then? What energy are you carrying? Because if you carry the energy that you're prosperous, and you walk like like you have that swagger, like you just, then yeah, you're gonna create that. So no doubt, right? So we can't have doubts, right? You got this. You are welcome. So yeah, when you get up every morning, just like I don't know, find like a mantra song. This is what I'm getting, right? All right, hang on. Saint Germain. So when you are getting up, Loretta, you're 2026. This is your 2026. You are going to get up every day, right? And you're going to play what? Eye of the Tiger. Or you have a better song for yourself, right? But that's the most famous one, right? So you're going to every day, you're going to play Eye of the Tiger, and you're going to look at the $1 million check or whatever it is that you have written for yourself, and you're going to be grateful. And every time you pay a bill, you're going to say, woohoo, I am grateful for the bill. Why? Because I'm grateful I had the money to pay it, right? You are seeing how this is working. So Saint Germain is asking for you to shift. And all of you out there who are seeing not a lot of funds in your universe, right? Why? Are you saying keep running around going, darn it, I don't have enough? Are you getting pissed off when you get the bill? If you start being happy, this is going to be crazy, right? Woohoo, I am grateful. My power bill is twice as much as last month. Woohoo, I love winter. Heating my home is so much fun. If you start doing that, watch what happens. The universe will match you with money. You are sitting there worrying about your power bill being more in the winter time, right? And then so you are scraping for the money. But if you trust, like, I don't care, I trust. It's what? It's just winter, right? You will be fine. Let's go. We are so worried. It is just because we hold so tight in our lack and what we don't have and what we are worried about that we are not allowing what we need to come in, right? Saint Germain loves you. If you talk like you love yourself, then you'll see a universe love you back easier, right? Releasing. Sure. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, so there you go. Um, Josh, you choose the medium. My question. Ooh, let me see what that. All right, so you're next. My question. What the heck, man? Your question, what the heck? Well, what the heck could be anything though. Can you narrow that down seriously? Because what the heck could lead to like the idea of like invading Greenland, right? You could say that's a what the heck, right? You could be totally down with it, but you could also say that's what the heck. I have no judgment on it, but that would be just something I would loudly. Most people I could imagine be like, "What the heck? We're doing what? No, no, we ain't doing that. Are we? What? No." But yeah, general reading. Okay, so she wants a general. It's gonna okay. We can do that. Now keep in mind again. All right, let's do that. All right, we're gonna put the. That's why it didn't fit. I'm like trying to put the L deck in the number box. You get too many. Am I playing with a full deck? Is the question, right? All right. So first card we're gonna do is pull a number for any here. Because that's the other thing I'm gonna start working more with, right? Because I dance with numbers when I'm out in the universe. And yeah, that's something else we're gonna start talking about as well on Good Dawning is your personal dance with the universe, right? Your personal conversation, reflection. Because the universe it's a talkback field, right? It's a living field. So the trees, the sun, the moon, the stars, the quasars. All right, so let's see what comes out here, if anything, or we'll just pull a card. Thank you. Ask, you shall receive. All right, 80 in the year. No, not 25, 25. 85, 85, right? All right. Patience, gratitude, abundance, perspective, success, appreciation, ripple effect. Focusing on gratitude shifts our perspective from what we lack to what we have and can achieve. This positive mindset attracts more positivity into our lives, creating a ripple effect and substance and success. So yeah, I mean, Henny, you're like one of the most positive people I've ever seen on YouTube. Ever had the pleasure and the gratitude to talk to in some aspects. Yeah, so yeah, the question is though, a general, we could do a general reading here. Let me grab the Divine Masters deck, and then we'll do a channeling based off what we get from the Divine Masters deck here. But so far here, abundance and success. Based on but your energy though, I can see your energy bringing in any lack. I mean, because you don't live in. That's the thing, guys. And if you talk to like somebody like Henny, right, who's always upbeat, if you keep that upbeat energy and you don't bring in the lack, you don't bring in the clouds, so to speak. I mean, things happen, but even when they come in, you're going to see it in a different light, so to speak. Anyways, right? There you go, Isis, right in the middle cut. January 6th was my friend's passing. We never got to really make up. Oh, favor. Anna, um, have you written? Did you write do this as fast as you can? My humble recommendation. Write that makeup letter immediately to your friend. Just make up on paper. Do it now. As for like see you later. Like as fast as yeah, as quickly as you can. Write that letter, and then either take him to your friend, or just release it to the universe. But yeah, don't hold it. Don't hold if you didn't get a chance to make up, then you do it on your end as quickly as humanly possible, and write it out, seal it. All right, so let's see what we've got. This is for favor. Yeah, you'll find a release. That's the point. Is because you can't, right, and you don't want to carry that when somebody's passed, right? There's no way to release it, so you end up with this kind of stuck, and that'll eat you. That's why I'm grateful beyond any shadow of a doubt. The biggest gratitude I'll ever have in my entire life is that I got to communicate with my mother. That it all the stupidity fell away, and I got to communicate with her before anything happened, right? Anything, things happen, but before, right? Because yeah, you can't take those things back. But so in this case, since you didn't get to heal it at the time, you can heal it at least by writing a letter and all that, and then reading it to them graveside, or just saving it, or burning. That what you do with the letter then is up to what you choose. All right, so Henny, let's take the bottom card here. All right, when you're supposed to get a card, damn it, you're supposed to get a card. I cut the deck in the ISIS when I was shuffling. So, all right, we're gonna do this just like 1, 2, and 3, right, and 3, just like we do in Good Dawning here, and then we're obviously Isis. We will be channeling Isis for Helene, without question. All right, Isis, reclaiming magic. Call back your power and what is rightfully yours, and favor. And speaking of rightfully yours or not, we never did. We never heard any resolution from your moving or not moving adventure. Were you able to stay and live right by the beach there down the street, or do you have to shuffle off to get out of the house? Commander Ashtar. All right. And again, these are some of the cards we talked. We had Ashtar just today, as a matter of Ashtar, Commander Ashtar, the Ashtar command came around in the 50s, and that's when UFOs. And we were talking about how Ashtar is kind of in the channeling community because of its origins. We are staying until further notice. Awesome. All right, Lady Nada. There's a lot of the same cards here. So expanding your heart. Openness, liberation, and let yourself be loved. And finally, Joan of Arc. So there we go. You too can take over a jazzercise class, and exactly right in the shopping mall, just like Joan of Arc did. Sacred activist. Do not be afraid, and I don't think Henny would ever be afraid to stand up for her beliefs, not in any aspect. So really, I'm seeing all kinds of positive for yourself. If we're just looking at a general reading here right now. Honestly, if I really look at these cards for yourself, Helene, in 2026, you're reclaiming the magic. You're stepping in as a leader, and if not leading other people, you're leading yourself. And generally, that's generally all we need to do, right? Most people need to learn to just lead themselves, right? Lady Nada, so expanded heart, and all of these. So you're expanding your heart, and I can tell you, your heart's been pretty large on this channel, and we're grateful, and I'm grateful, and I know you would stand up for what I know, and you do, and you stand up for what you believe, and And what you know is right. It's not about what you believe. And then I don't think we're past the believe, right? We know what's right in our heart. There we go. There's a beliefs we understand we're on planet Earth, and beliefs come and go. But what we in our heart is the whole what we feel in our heart. There we go. Is really what's the only thing that's really real, right? So yeah. Mother Goddess Isis coming through. We are seeing for yourself, Helene. We are seeing you having a great year. Why? Because you are a great person. Mother Isis wants you to understand that you are what you are is you are like that healed mother wound, right? When you are coming in, you are that breath of light, fresh energy. And so as you come through in 2026, all of these cards are showing that you are stepping into being a leader. And if nothing else, you are leading yourself to a higher day, right? And so whatever it takes, when you are leading, whether yourself or others, right? You are leading yourself up rather than letting yourself fall. You are reclaiming yourself and the magic that you see in this universe. I think a lot of us are, right? You are expanding your heart as all of us who are release our traumas and we stand in that clearer space and we see as we walk through our lives without having to deal with heavy emotions or standing in those heavy spaces, we find ourselves being able to give more, to be more, and to do more for others as you have expressed. And you are a sacred activist, right? Just like Joan of Arc. Well, maybe not just like Joan of Arc, but you stand up for what you believe and you will put your foot down if need be. That's what matters in this world. So, for yourself, Helene, in 2026, Mother Isis sees you mothering those around, being that example of what a good mother is, and what a good friend is, what a good person is. And we want to see everybody as a universe, what a good universe would be, right? Good energy. So you are doing what is right. The question you have for yourself, when Mother Isis wants to ask you, is what are you looking to create? When do you come out, and when do we get to see the Helene Comedy Hour releasing? All right, Henny. If you have any questions for any of these channelings here, guys, you always welcome to interrupt with the chat, or when I come back and say, hey, I'm in the chat. Of course, we got to figure out. They got to make this voice one day, right? Yeah. So, but in the chat, you can want to converse with Goddess Isis. You can ask a question, and she'll come back and answer it. But yeah, Henny, we don't see it. Honestly, when I like reach in and like my third eye and visualize your universe, I just see you chill and like you say there, home with y'all, because you can't walk a lot. Your feet up, chillax, watching the water, and just having you got what you were looking. Yeah, you're nothing to worry about. All right, Grace, hi. Um, all right, let's scroll backwards. Backwards. All right, let's see here. Um, Anna, sorry for your loss. My friend, she passed on the. Ooh, favor Grace. Um, there we go. Whatever message comes through Archangel Raphael, a dear friend passed a few days ago in Arizona. Okay, favor. And she had a rough departure. I feel she was in a state of confusion. Is she okay? Okay. Two things I would state there, Grace. If you I keep hearing Hershey because she works. She like part of her job is to like ferry people across and such, and to receive those who like wake up like out of their death sleep, like poof, like where am I, sort of deal. And so you may want to, and you can do so through Discord. They're both there. You can send her a message through Discord if you want, maybe. As far as just to get like an instant, because she may be able to pick up or not. She may not. I don't. But it's worth. But as far as from Archangel Raphael, and yeah, let's see what we've got. But favor there. And are you going to go back to Arizona and favor? That's a long trip. Um, I feel she is she Archangel Raphael. Is she okay is a relative statement. Okay, in your terms on Earth, you are thinking okay, so heat and water, and is she walking around naked? That would be okay. Now she is energy, so okay is a whole different state, right, Grace? So when we are thinking of okay, has she learned from what she did on planet Earth? Has she learned from, we're not going to say mistakes because it is all learning, right? But has she woken up to realize maybe where she was? Okay is relative, of course. You are energy, so you cannot what be created nor destroyed, right? So you are always going to be in a relative fashion okay. But is she okay? Well, she's no longer your specific. She's no longer the friend that you would think of, but she sees herself that way. But she's an energy form, right? So is she okay? Yes, because what you are past, you have cleared all of the trauma. You're not standing in the earth realm anymore, right? So she is back in energy form, but now she has to deal with the things that she might have to deal with in her next universe, right? When you are past, right? She has to do her life review, and she has to deal with the consequences of things, her actions on planet Earth, to learn, right? And to work through those energetically, right? So okay, yes, she will be fine. Generally speaking, you have 3 days when you come out and you are past, right? Where you are in this like death slumber and then you wake up and you are just poof. So what we would hope, right? And this is going to sound a little, but the aforementioned Hershey would be somebody that we would hope your friend would find in her. When you are passing, right? When you are past, we should say. If you have seen the movie Ghost, right? You would need, generally, if you are having a traumatic passing for sure, you would need to locate somebody in that space, right? Who can see you and help you to understand where you are. Your guides and such will do as well, but is she okay? You are all okay when you pass because you are energy. You will not be destroyed. Okay comes in earthly thoughts, right? Like, is she okay? Well, yeah, she is. She's not homeless. You don't need a home anymore, right? You are energy. She is not needing to put a new tire on her car, and she is not needing to go to the doctor any further, right? So in that aspect, she's excellent, right? Okay, meaning that she's not going to be in energy form, and she now has to deal with, so to speak, the universe that she created in physical form, now in energetic form, right? So if she created a terrible life for others on planet Earth, okay may be a relative term because now she has to energetically pay that off, right? And if she lived in lots of fear, then okay would be again a relative term because she might be in a bit of space right now since everything is unfamiliar. But at the same time, she would feel free. If you are in understanding where we are going here, the question cannot, okay, everybody is okay. Even if you are on planet Earth and you are standing outside and it is 5 degrees and you are naked, theoretically you are okay because you are, that is the body that is dealing with that, not you. You are the source that is in the body. You can stand in 1,000,000 degrees, it won't make a difference. You are energy. If you are understanding how she is going to be fine. The okay comes in, is she okay? Whether or not she chooses, and this is going to be the question that none of us here specifically can answer, and only she can. Does she choose to walk into her light? And then choosing then to do so would be to then clear karmically, right? Anything that she may have created, any juggernaut energy, so to speak, dervishing energy, you might say, that she might have created on planet Earth. So in that aspect, you would want to make sure she's okay and chooses to do so rather than continue in any anger or frustrative or other energies that she was when she was on planet Earth. We do not, and Angel Raphael does not know and cannot speak to her energies per se. You know her as your friend. So if she's willing to look at what, and anybody who passes, to be okay, so to speak, is to stand in what you created when you died, right? The universe that you left on planet Earth. That is the okay, right? So if you are not okay, and you cannot be okay when you are ready to pass, and this is for all of you out there, If you cannot be okay with the universe that you are creating, you realize that when you are standing on your deathbed, you're going to have to look back at that and own your universe, right? So that is where the okay is. Can she own that energetically? Right now, she is in that space where she has to deal with it, however that is. So for all of you watching this, this is a good lesson, right? When you go to pass, the last thing you're going to do is look and review your universe, right? Archangel Raphael wants you to understand that everybody you hurt, everybody you lied to, everybody you scammed, everybody you cheated on and whatnot, right? Or cheated from, is going to hit you right there, and then you're going to die. You're going to feel that. You're going to feel the sadness, the, ooh, I really didn't want to be that guy, that gal. And then you're going to pass. That is the okay, right? Can you be okay in that space? From that moment, whew, when you roll over, so to speak, into the next, your next, are you going to carry? What are you going to carry over? What did she carry over? Your friend, we do not know. You might, but we do not. What are you going to carry over? That is what you are okay otherwise when you pass. Releasing. Okay. Hopefully that helped, Grace. Is she okay in energetic form? Yes. You know her as who she was in earthly form. And if she was strong and didn't, like, well, then she'll be fine. But if she, rocked a lot of universes and stuff, okay. I mean, she's still fine. She's source love, right? But she as the energy now has to work through that energy, right? And heal that and work through that karmically and such. And so, I mean, that's the only thing when you die is the okay, really, is are you okay with your universe? And can you, when you cross over, can you, at that moment, when you're looking back at all the people that, like, I didn't reach out to talk to my mother, I couldn't sit on my deathbed, would be terrible, right? And so, grateful. Hopefully that helped. Good night, Chris. Love you, brother. Favor. You are welcome, Grace. And if you have any other questions or anything, I'd be happy. All right. And next is where's my message? There it is. All right, Angie, you are next, and then Sphinx, and that'll close it out for our initial channeling. And again, when I'm channeling, and I won't see it until I get out of it. But if you have a question, put it in the chat, and I can, in channeling, right, find it and go back and reply with whomever I'm channeling. And again, if you want me, like I did there with Raphael, anybody specific that I do channel, just put it in there as well. And so, Angie, do you have? Are you still? You're still with us? All right. So, do you have a specific question or anything I can answer for you, Angie? And just throw it into the chat there, please. Hi, Rossi. How are you? Nice to see you there. All right, so we're waiting for Angie's question here, and yeah, so grateful, guys, and I do want to apologize. I know I haven't been consistent with Good Dunning, and I know I was, and I prided myself on it, like going like straight year without like missing a single show. I can do that at school, that's for sure. All right, so we're waiting for Angie's question, but I've got Sphinx's here. Part-time at my current job and want to go full-time with the company even if it's a different position. Oh, okay. Yeah, no sweat. Where am I now? I am in basically North Colorado. I'm Longmont, Colorado, Berthoud, just north of Denver at the moment. At a friend's house, gratefully. And yeah, thankful. Mary Wins, hi, how are you? I'm grateful. All right, so are we here? Angie. All right. Angie, are you here? I don't see you in the chat. All right, we're going to swing around. If Angie comes in, then she can go next. But we're going to swing around and grab Sphinx here. Thank you for coming, guys. Grateful. And we're going to keep doing this. Yeah, I think this is, you can add feedback in the chat there, but I think this is kind of interesting, different. And yeah, so we're going to do this again next week, and we'll one at a time, we'll see how this works. But why not? Yeah, and who was, I just saw a guy like we've been trying to tell you to do this for a while. All right, so Thanks. Let's find your. There we go. All right. I'm a part time. I'm part time. There we go. At my current job and would like to go full time with the company. Awesome. Even if it's a different position. Do you see that happening for me or moving to another company altogether? Um, let's find out. All right. Back to the number deck. All right. All right, I'm gonna take the 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. We also get 8 5 8 5. Comes out twice, right? Gratitude, abundance, perspective, success, appreciation, ripple effect. Yeah, you're gonna. I think at the. Pardon me, if I go by the numbers, a lot of energy too. Yeah, you're gonna be fine. At same company. Persistence, patience, progress, steadfast goal manifestation, and preparation. 2 2 2 2 2. Right. So choose a path and stick to it, making slow, steady progress. This card signifies the need for patience and constant effort while working towards a significant goal or manifestation. Ensure that all aspects of your plan are organized and well aligned. Yeah. If you want my humble and it will definitely be humble opinion, yeah, I think it's the same company personally, but honestly, it doesn't specific. I mean, the question is, I mean, does it matter for yourself if you want to stay at the same company? But yes, I can channel something, but I don't know if they're going to have much to say as far as because they really none of the guides, none of like Archangel Raphael, Saint Germain, Goddess Isis, or him want to give you the answer to your future because their whole goal is to. All right, hang on. White Buffalo Calf Woman. If you notice today, we are talking about your path, right? I could tell you, if you watch Good Dining this morning, that to walk your path and to do this, or I wanted you to see your path so that you create it for you. White Buffalo Calf Woman, none of us, not even your highest guide, will ever be able to tell you, Sphinx, if you are going to get that job directly at the same company that you are currently employed. If that is something that you want, then you are going to what? Want to create the energy for that. So you might want to create a totem, right? That would represent you standing in a full-time position at that job, right? You may want to go out and converse with Mother Nature, say a tree out in front of the building, right? Give it some energy. Tell the tree that you want to go full-time. You would think this is crazy, but not. Is there eagles or hawks flying around the building, right? Or those signs. You can see those signs. But the real question is from yourself. Does your heart say stay there? It's not about will they, it's about what do you want. And if you want to stay there, then make that your universe, right? You are telling people, I got a full-time job, and you are working at the same company. And I, right, am grateful. So White Buffalo Calf Woman wants you to understand, just like the exercise we did this dawning, right? It's about standing there, closing your eyes, and then seeing what you want. And having that trust. Where you might falter if you want the job at that company is the trust in your universe to bring it to you. You want to stand on the ground at that company. Then why doubt that you don't do so full time? You are a god, right? White Buffalo Calf Woman wants you to understand that you are walking on this earth. You are royalty walking on this planet. You bring in the energies. The eagles fly overhead for you. The water is there for you to gain calmness. The mountains are there for you to ground with and to see yourself as a bigger source, bigger energy. What do you want? If you want to work at that company, then you make it so. You stand in that energy. You tell everybody, I am a full-time employee there. You give them the caveat that you are applying, but you carry that energy forward. What you are all missing is the magic of the universe, that what you want is where you stand in the desire of that and stand in the energy, where you put your feet down to the ground, you bring that into your frame. Are you understanding? Will you be at the same company if you want to be at the same company? Most likely, yes, but the doubt is why you may not. Releasing. Ah, there we go. Ah, All right, so Sphinx. Hopefully that helps. So really, what it comes down to, and I'm kind of reshuffling this in my own space here, is don't have any shadow of a doubt. The miracle of all of this, the magician card, right? Magic of all of this is that you are that creator. So if you want that job, what I keep seeing is you just going in, you carrying that energy. It's just you don't quite. Yeah, I work there. That's my full time job. That's what White Buffalo Cap see down the path, right? And at the end of that path is you and your desk and your full time job, or whatever it is, whatever the job is. Um, I remember one thing. What's that? That's the one. You can get general. That's the one. Yes. What? I don't know what to ask. Okay, so Anna or Angie, do you have anything going on? And we're in Sphinx. Hopefully that helped. But yeah, I personally, if you want my intuition, yeah, you're gonna work there. My heart would tell me you're not going anywhere, unless you want to go somewhere. See, now you have to check yourself. Is there a piece of energy inside yourself that wants to go somewhere else, so you may sabotage getting the job there? We do those things, we don't realize we're doing it consciously. If you start to sabotage it in any form or fashion, or start to have doubts, step step outside yourself for a moment. Step out of the situation and start immediately thinking. Grounding into why would you what's going on, and that could be like a small story you have of yourself, childhood trauma. Maybe your parents said something, or you're not worthy of, or a million different things that would cause us then to what we want, but then the doubts and whatever self sabotage it all. So be careful there. Um, you got nothing to puff with. I still haven't have been able to get high yet, and I'll favor. So yeah, Angie. If you don't have any, I mean, if you want something general, I mean, if there's something going on in your universe that you're looking to change, are you having trouble with something? Is there something you can't see? Is there a pattern you're looking for? Anything like that? I mean, we can do general per se, but again, they're not going to Saint Germain for privacy purposes. While we are energy, right? So we are here, there, and everywhere. We're not going to give Josh a visual. We are going give me a general. So we're not going to turn around and then tell Josh something about your universe that we wouldn't want to release, right? Nor are we going to give him a third eye visual of your house or apartment or anybody else's universe like that. Again, so because it's not fair for him to, it's not fair for you, right, to go general, and then we are going to go, okay, so here's her universe, and here's you can visualize her apartment now. Now, if you want to from your own intuition, but we're not going to implant that into Josh or anything. So if you have a question or something specific that you are looking for, something in your universe, you said you didn't get any 420. Are you in financial issues, or is it the store was closed, right? Which can happen too, of course. Or maybe the cat down the road, so to speak, was not home, right? But either way, releasing. It seems like the sacred land is trying to say something. It feels like White Buffalo Calf Woman's Lady is directing me to ask that. Okay. Hello. Hi, Healing Readings. Donna, welcome. We're doing great. How are you doing? It seems like the sacred land is trying to say something. Yes. So, I mean, I can bring in White... If you have something you'd like to say, or you could just talk with White Buffalo Calf Woman. Hang on. White Buffalo Calf Woman. The sacred land is always talking. It is you, the humans, who, in your busy universes, who are not listening, and then you are wondering why you are missing connections, or you're not getting places on time, or your universe seems out of flow, or you didn't get this job, or what have you, because you are not listening to the universe, to the Mother Gaia, to your life around. We are grateful, Garnet. We are grateful. Do you have anything specifically, Angie, that you would like to ask White Buffalo Calf Woman? We will see if you put anything in the chat. In the meanwhile, there we go. Shake it out. There we go. I'm literally on the land of ancient Indians and Mother Gaia. And this land is telling me that I'm supposed to help fix this area. It's been poisoned, but I don't know what they are trying to say. Wait. Wait, buffalo calf woman. So you are upon sacred land, even though Allah land, of course, generally is sacred. It is only sacred to those who have been run off that it is more sacred, right? So either way, we must learn to treat all of the land as sacred, because before your land and before it was, there were always people walking on it, right? And nonetheless, you are here thinking to help the land. If you are of the new earth, right, the new collective, then you are all here to help the land, to help Mother Gaia. But if you are thinking that, then you are feeling that, then most likely that is the case for yourself. The question then for yourself, Angie, White Buffalo Calf Woman is asking you, if you are feeling that way, are you living your universe that way? Are you doing things to put yourself into a position to help the land? Are you seeking those things out? There is no thinking you should or shouldn't be on this realm, right? If your intuition tells you, then it is so. Are you seeing the clues then from the universe about what you are feeling as well? Whatever you are feeling intuitively will be answered for you by Mother Gaia, by your guides, by others around you in conversation. If you are paying attention, you always have the answers in front of you. You might ask about your past Aunt Sally, and then you might see a hawk fly by, right? Or you might ask, do I go left or right? As you are coming to the traffic light, and the right lane is still red, and the left lane turns green with the arrow. White Buffalo Calf Woman wants you to understand that every answer is right in front of you if you see it. The synchronicities in your universe are all there to lead you to the answers you are asking about. This is a toroidal field, right? You are living on planet Earth, which is a listening device for what you are saying, what you are doing, and vibrating back to you the energies that you are putting out. You are on the Black River, and it needs to be returned to purity. Well, sadly, we would want to state most of your planet needs to return to purity at this point. But if you are there, what's your job? Not literally. In some cases, we are literally thinking we are going to dig in the sand, right? And take the oils out and whatnot. That is not always the case. Mother Gaia is self-repairing. If you were all to disappear in 100 years, it would be not so much of you around. In 2,000 years, it would be as if you were never here. The question is, how can you help the land? What energies are you bringing to the land? Remember, if you are walking upon the land and you and the land are connected with every step you take, you are bringing energies, you are transferring. It means you are wearing rubber-soled shoes, which is designed to keep you disconnected from the land. Nonetheless, as you step, every step you step onto the land is a transference of energy. Are you sending love to Mother Gaia? Or are you standing around talking about how crappy your day is, right? Are you sending gratitude to Mother Gaia? Are you complaining about the rain? Are you in connection with the trees and the birds in your area? Or are you watching TV? These are how you help in the area where you are, in every area. You all can do these help, right? Now, if there is things out there like a reclamation project, right, and you want to put a shovel into Mother Gaia and show her love with physical labor, that would never be disapproved of, right? Mother Gaia would always love that, and you would love yourself for doing so, right? So White Buffalo Calf Woman wants to ask you, how can you help? All of you, as you go to the grocery store, as you go walk your day, as you go to the doctor's office or get your hair cut, you're all transferring energies. How can you help? You can be that vibration that you are looking for. You can be the love that you understand that you are, and you can stand in that frame. You can understand that there is no disconnection between you and the hawk and you and the tree. The only disconnection is you and your ego standing in the way. And as you walk through and see somebody who is less fortunate than you, are you going to turn your head to the left? Are you going to reach into the buffalo and give him what's left? These are the questions. How do you help? You do this on the daily. You realize that you are connected with everyone and everything. That every tree that you pass is just a vibration of you as well. And without that tree and the symbiotic relationship of it, you wouldn't be able to breathe. As you walk past the water, you thank it for your thirst has been quenched. As you pick the tomato off the vine, you look up and say thank you to Mother Gaia for its fruits and its riches. You thank the plant. And you eat it with reverence and love and compassion. You want to help. You be that love on planet Earth. You walk that light. You walk that love. You hug that tree. And if there's a shovel to be dug, you pitch in. But your vibration can do more than anything else. You are walking outside cussing and screaming. You are not just cussing and screaming to yourself. You are screaming to the universe. You are screaming to every bird, every blade of grass, and every tree you walk past. They do not need that directive energies, right? They're nothing to you, even if the bird shat on your head. White buffalo calf woman would want you to understand that it is just natural as it is flying. So how can you help? How can you not be of help? It's the question. Releasing transmission. Well, all right. Hopefully, wow. Wow, hopefully that helped, Benji. Wow. Yes, I have 420, so I'm just too distracted. There you go. Come to Colorado, all the 421. Craziness, right? But, so yeah. Message reject. All right, so hopefully that helped, Angie. But you're wherever. Again, here comes white buffalo calf woman. Wherever you are, white buffalo calf woman wants you to understand that wherever you are being directed to on planet Earth, and for yourself, Angie, by the Black River, you are there because you have the frequency, the vibrational match to help the land there. What do you think Josh boomeranged? Your channel had a boomeranged right back to where he was. His vibration is there for a reason. He did not meet that. Or there's another reason, right? Everywhere you are is where you are supposed to be. So realize you are there because you are an energetic match to help the universe there, right? To help ground the energies, to help heal Mother Gaia by you walking upon her lands there. See the path. Releasing. Yeah, Josh, that's absolutely helped me. Did not think about things that way and come to Colorado. Dude, more like you should come here and I should live in that state. I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone or Cash. Or awesome. Hi, Karma. So yeah, help me to think about things that way and come to Colorado, dude. More like you should come and I should come live in that city. Nice. But yeah, wherever we are on planet Earth, right? Sadly or unsadly. I mean, sadly, it's only sadly if you want to ground into it as sadly. Wherever we are, we're there because our vibration is meant to be there, right? If you're not a vibrational match, then you're not going to stick around. For some reason, I thought I got to get out of and poof. I'm not in Cincinnati, and so poof. We rebound back to Colorado, and it's okay. It's what's supposed to be. I don't have enough cash to live in that state. I barely make over $1,000 a month from our government. LOL. Yeah, no. Colorado isn't as crazy as you think it is, but it's not. But it is. It's weird. Like being in the Boulder area, it's not super bad because Boulder County itself has a minimum wage of like $20 an hour, right? And then Denver itself has its own higher, but the state has one like 14, and then Denver has one that's like 20 something bucks an hour too. So if you can manage to and you can get a livable. It's okay. Yeah. Now, granted, at least as the last time I heard, Denver was the most out of control city for like inflation, but I don't know if that's been reined in or not. But once you get, it's like anywhere else. Once you get into an economy, right? And you don't, I didn't realize this until I realized this, right? But once you get, it's like I was moving out there, it's going to be expensive and such, and it was. It felt crazy for a while, but once you're there, it's like you're just in the groove of that economy, right? And so, like the scale of economy is totally like apartments. Like I was looking in Cincinnati, are like 1,100 to 1,300. Well, I was paying 1,300 here. Now salaries 15, 16, $17 an hour, not 19, 20, 21, 22. Big difference. So even though your cost of living, your power bill is going to be way more too. But even though your cost of living, your apartment is going to be less, you're actually probably going to do better out here in some aspects because you could probably, if you move to Boulder County, you're going to get at least $20 an hour. If your rent's 1,300 versus 1,200 or 1,100, which is the average in Cincinnati, you actually come out ahead because of the scale of economy. But yeah, so it's not as goofy as you think. It's until you just shift into it. But it's actually pretty because the wages are higher. It's the only thing that offsets it. And they didn't go crazy to go, oh, so the wages are higher, so let's make the rent $2,000 for a they got locked in the they didn't do doing that's generally what happens when you jack up minimum wage so high. Um, then everything else spiraled, but it did not in Colorado. It's the only saving grace. Or I don't know. I could afford to be here myself, right? Faux show. Um, yeah, favor. No, no, we know. That's why I said you're chilling in the chair because you don't walk very. Wait, favor. But yeah, but yeah. So and of course every state's going to give you different amounts of disability too, which is always fun, right? So Colorado might actually do better than most because it's kind of it's more liberal, right? Um, yeah. So the government just gave people with disability what they call the cost of living increase again, extra $28, and next week they took 28 from my food stamps. Yeah. So you balance out the not you. Wait, no, you got 20. No, you didn't get anything. Ah, crap. Yeah. So it just come right. I hear you. Yeah, I got like $5. So I hear you. I'm not on disability, but I get a government disability check from the military for military service. But so yeah, favor. All right, healing readings. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it, and we will do this again next week. All right, guys. Favor, yeah. Hershey certainly, or Henny, sorry. I certainly understand. Yeah, my mother's one, like, she only makes like 12, 13 herself and has to deal with all. Yeah, it's not, yeah, and you ask anybody in the, go ask any of the elites there. They wouldn't understand nor, not in a million years. So, yeah, they're, exactly. Crazy. Yep, November I was told 28 more for my food stamps. Then from November until the end of the month I get 150. Then I'm back down to 138 in this town. It's less than 11. That's less than 11 items. Yeah, no, no, no. Okay, food anywhere is gone insane, and I don't know why. I mean, generally, why is there's probably a million different reasons, agendas, but yeah. Fun. They did offer me $11. $11 a month for food. What are you gonna do with $11 a month for food? At that point, I'd be like, buy a small can of protein powder because at least that's your best way to stretch it, right? I don't know. Thank you, Karma. Thank you. My auntie was 8 when she was alive. A million different reasons as to why the food got more expensive is greed because it doesn't cost anymore to make the food. Actually, it's less expensive to make the food. It's greed. It's a multiple. Now it's gotten smaller too. Like I'm waiting to go to the grocery store one day and to buy a bag of potato chip. When I said chip, not chips, right? Like ya chip, ya M&M, right? It all seems fake. Like, and is it just me or does the food actually seem like it's becoming fake? Like it's not real. Like it doesn't taste the same. It doesn't look the same. But yeah, no, it doesn't cost anymore. But what they had, we say had, right? Like when when they told was it Denmark they had to remove fertilizer, like Denmark banned fertilizer. That's where the stupidity's come. When we solar cycles, people, I'm gonna leave alone. We're not. I don't generally rant about things like this, but because it's YouTube, right? We have to have a Rumble channel for that. But yeah, it's because they were not doing so much anymore. But there was a time where we were making decisions that were purposely making humanity go extinct, right? We were creating decisions that would have eventually made humanity go extinct, and certain ones who own half the farms in the United States, whose father, Mr. Gates, there, whose father wrote the actual. It's considered the Bible on eugenics, was written by Bill Gates' father. Now he owns half our farms, and of course, our president gave him permission to experiment with the food, like rip RNA into it and re-DNA it and do whatever you want. And so yeah, right. And then of course now you keep this in mind. If it's GMO, it can. Remember, it was GMO. It had to be organic, and if it was organic, it had to be non-GMO. Now, if it's GMO, it can be completely non-organic legally, and if it's organic, it doesn't have to be non-GMO. It can be as GMO as it can be Frankenstein. You could literally be eating Frankenstein, and they could call it organic, as long as right. It makes no sense. So, but yeah, there's my big rant there. But there's an agenda behind it, and it's the man who owns 50% of America's farms. Just remember what his father wrote. The Bible on eugenics, right? So there you go. And the gang, that's who brought to you by those who brought to you COVID. Exactly. So we live in that planet, right? Take the money and run. That's what they're doing. They don't care. Well, they don't care about you. But, well, you lost it. I found it. I've been veg. Yeah, I'm a pescatarian. Since I'm a pescatarian myself. Since 2013, 14, 13, 14, somewhere around there as well. So yeah, favor. 10 years. I've accidentally eaten a few things, and I was real hungry as all hell one night at Red Rocks, and somebody gave me a cheeseburger. I just ate it. I mean, but you just know in your body like protein, and like here, eat it. The crappiest part about the vegetarian from the government is the fact that only vegetables I get access to are 3 different kinds of canned processed vegetables, and no fruit is. Well, there's canned fruit, but it's generally sugared and then made as unhealthy as you're probably better off eating a Hershey bar or a Snickers bar. What really stinks is that you gain weight because it hasn't even been a year that long and down. What really stinks is that long and you gain weight because it hadn't been even a year, and I went from 200 down to 113. Oh my gosh, favor there, Deb. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We've been 133.11, so there you go. The universe supports us, for sure. But thank you, guys. I want to thank all of you for being here. We're gonna do this again next week. I don't have a specific date or time. It's all based on scheduling, and the who's and the what's its they come into my universe, right? And so grateful. But we'll have Good Dunning tomorrow. I will endeavor to set that up. If I don't set it up for some reason, something came up. So if you don't see Good Dunning tomorrow, only because something came up, and I'm in a universe right now that if something comes up, we got to see what's coming up and grab it, right? As we all really should be, but especially when I'm in open space, right? Like this. But all right, guys. Mary, thank you. Love won. Love always wins, and love happens too. If you look at the back of my car, the license plate frame just says love happens, and it does. Yeah, and my body went through 2 serious surgeries this year, and I didn't try to lose all that weight. I went from extra large clothing last winter to extra small this winter. You know what sucks when you lose weight there, and I bet you understand this one. Chloe, hi. Yeah, I'm still alive. We're kind of just chatting now. But yeah, we did like 6 of us. And really, it worked out. Something totally different. But so Chloe's going to be live at some point with Mystic John. And so that's going to be cool. They're going to talk crystals. And I don't think Mystic John knows a lot about crystals because I've heard him try to talk about crystals, and I really wanted to start typing, but I was driving. But so Chloe's going to set him straight. It's going to be awesome. Um, and yeah, you know what I was saying, Angie? When you get extra small when you go from large, right, to extra small the next winter, freaking sucks because you're colder than you know what. When I weighed 220 pounds, 210 pounds, winter wasn't so bad. The following winter, though, when I went down to 140, I was cold as you know what, right? So yeah, it makes winter extra cold. Insert to the tarot box here. All right, good night, Karma. But yeah, so Chloe, that's cool that you got hooked up with John. He's a good guy. I think it'd be a great show. But and you are in my prayers, Sphinx. Oh, favor. Anybody watches anybody, you are all my prayers. This should be prayers. LOL. Nobody else understands that fact. Right. No kidding. It's the worst. It's literally the worst winter you'll ever have is when you have a dramatic weight loss and the next one it sucks because when you 35 used to feel like nothing and you got something it's like what the heck happened and no joke. No no joke. Anspree, hi. How are you doing? I need to sleep. All right, guys. Yeah, we've been going for 136 here. So how are you doing, Chloe? Long time. And matter of fact, Chloe, if you want to next week, not obviously not this week. No time frame. Well, we could, but nobody knows. If you want to go live next week, next Saturday morning, let me know, and we can set that up. Chloe on the channel. I would busy. Oh, I know you're dashing. It's funny hearing you dash, me dash. We're dashing at the same time. Totally different universe of dashing here. Although mine out here in Colorado probably wouldn't look too much. I mean, with the mountains, but it wouldn't look as different as if I was like when I was dashing through Cincinnati. My God, they sent me this place called. Let's just call it this way. It's called Winton Terrace, and then you wouldn't want to sit out on your own terrace if you had one. And I got out of the car, and Yavol, right? I mean, I stand my frame, and it's no big deal. But I mean, this guy's like coming up to me like, he's like, you got a lighter? I'm like, no, I don't. But much love. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, this is like where it's like the place in Cincinnati. If you want to go witness the shooting, go hang out at Winton Terrace. But so I had a DoorDash there. That was fun. I would check this. Yeah, let me know if you want to go live. I miss our lives. It's like the funnest thing I do. One of the fun because I'm helping you, and we get to see your awesome crystals. I carry peppers. Yeah, yeah. If you're door dashing, generally speaking, especially as a female, you want to carry something. And I mean, the phone has a one button 911 on the Dasher app, but yeah, you never really want to have to deal with Dasher support and all of that jazz. But yeah, you always want to carry something. I got something in the car if I need it, pocket knives or what. But out here in Colorado, in the Boulder County and doing Boulder, I do not worry one iota. But when I was dashing in Cincinnati, I got all this stuff in the back of my car to boot, and it's like, make a left. I'm like, you can't. I'm on Reading Road. You want me to make a left? Oh my God, yeah. Like neighborhoods you don't ever go into. Now, granted, it's something like when I lived in Chicago, but not like the West Side or South Side. But I wasn't I was talking about boredom, huh? Especially when it's nighttime. Arizona woke up from an earthquake dream. Later heard a 3.7 near Tucson. So was it a dream or a premonition? That's the question. So we're more tuned in than we really think we are, but we pull ourselves out of our own tuned in. We don't believe it, right? Like, but yeah, I mean, if you're having a dream about an earthquake and literally having an earthquake, then all right, Dutch sense, you're the earthquake reader, and your body knew the earthquake was coming in some fashion. Pam, hi, how are you? Pam and hi, how are we doing? Welcome. Yeah, all is well. Hopefully, well in your universe. All right, guys. Yeah, that's the thing, and Chloe can attest, especially at nighttime, because you'll get to dash. You know how far you have to go, but they don't tell you where you're going because, yeah, they don't want people going. I ain't taking that to that. Well, hell no, I ain't going over there. X. So yeah, so because right, and they have to be. I mean, you can right just because you live in a bad neighborhood doesn't mean you should get a pizza, so to speak, right? So I mean, you're not gonna right. So yeah, so they you don't know where you're going, so you get and you don't even know until you like get the order from the store, and you're like directions. It's like a lottery. Where am I going? Oh, all right. Or oh crap, I gotta go there. Right. So you never know. Um, So, favorite guys. So we will have good dotting tomorrow. And again, if you don't see it for some reason, then I got an opportunity. Generally speaking, I got an opportunity to make money, or I'm not feeling well. But I have not felt well, even if I don't feel well. I still. But that's generally. I had some scare. Really, like I wouldn't think so. I mean, you're like in. Well, you're like north Austin, way north of Austin there. That's true. But I mean, is it really? Is it? There's some sketchy. Like I had sketchy when I was doing Amazon. Like I got out of the car once and this dog like decided that I was lunch, and the owner of the dog's just standing there looking at me like, just laughing. I'm like, all right, you laugh. So you want to laugh? So I took I mean, fortunately, look, I took his Amazon package and destroyed it by bashing his head at the dog, so it would get off of me, and then left, threw his package in the air and said, you want to deal with it? He said, call Amazon to deal with this, and you'll probably be kicked off the route. And he was banned from Amazon, but. So yeah, but I'm more sketchy when I was doing Amazon than DoorDash. Um, drug neighborhood. Okay, there you go. Yeah, and here's the deal. In Colorado, there are no drug. There is no white T-shirt and jeans. You know, like when you drive through the drug neighborhood, it's like, describe him for me. He was wearing white T-shirt and jeans, and you look around, and everyone's wearing white T-shirt and jeans, right? Smart. But yeah, no, it doesn't exist out here. Like I've not seen any street level drug activity of any sort in Denver, Boulder. Now you may in Aurora, you may find. I think you could probably find a dead. You could find anything you want in Aurora. That's a whole nother universe. But in yeah, and we will never DoorDash in Aurora, right? But yeah, uh, I did some pizza deliveries in the '80s. People were nice and tipped well. Nowadays, beware. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I did some delivery. When the last time I delivered pizzas? It was like '98. My brakes went out. I was driving a 200SX, Nissan 200SX, and literally I'm pulling into the pizza at the Domino's Pizza, and my brakes go out, and I literally shoo, right past the. I was standing in the parking lot, and I go right past them, right into the fence, and right through the fence, and like stuck into the other side of the fence. My brakes went out, and it was the last day I worked at Domino's, but yeah, you can't deliver cars if you're trying to pull an e-brake to stop it. You're deliver pizzas if you're trying to pull an e-brake to stop your car. It's not going to work very well. Um, but yeah, grateful. All right, guys. My tips are always equal to my dash pay, just about. Yeah, that's about right. You know what gets me is though is the stupidity that happens at about 2 o'clock, right? When the school gets out around here, and it really it'll kill your rating. So I end up pausing my dash, right? I'll get these orders back to back to back, and it'll be like $1, no tip, no tip, 50 cents, and it's all these kids playing around on the DoorDash app after school, and like ordering McDonald's or like you ever have to go to a 7-Eleven, Chloe, and get like 3 bottles of Coke and like 50 packages of Nerds or something for no tip. And eventually you got to take one of these because they're going to start eating you. But yeah, that's what it makes no sense. So like 3 o'clock every single day at 3 o'clock, here comes the no tippers. Bam, bam, bam. And it's like, really, I end up just pausing my dash for like 2 hours at that. Hey, there you go. See, Chloe knows. And yeah, it's like, crap. It's just pause the dash, right? Makes no sense. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to pull a platinum. Here we go. We're talk shop for a minute. All right, so I got 55, 56 dashes, I think, somewhere under my belt. I'm a gold status, so that means I get still advanced scheduling, but I'm still can't get like all day. So I'm gonna have to pull. I have a platinum pass because I made it to platinum status. So I got a platinum pass. I'm gonna have to pull my platinum pass and dash. I got to get 48 dashes, 47 dashes the rest of this month. Which shouldn't, or in 30 days, which shouldn't be a problem, to keep up my get 100 there. But so yeah, we're all protected. I remember the night now I got bad vibes delivering a pizza in '93. I got to the third floor and they yelled, "Ah, no, it's a girl!" And I think it was about to. Oh, whoa, yeah, I had that once when I was delivering in Champaign Urbana. I pulled up to the. I would just call it the set. I wouldn't even call it the house, right? And they all got up from the porch, and I immediately kept going, and yeah, I came back with the owner of the. I said, "You want this pizza delivered? You're the owner, right? I'm not putting my life on the line. I'll drive with you, but yeah, you can get in my car and I'll deliver your pizza." He understood. He went with me. He got out of the car and handed it to them, expressly saying he was the owner of the pizza joint as he was walking out, not the delivery driver. So yeah, it was super sketchy. I know it. I know I was. Yeah, just like you were going. The third floor there. Yeah, I knew I wasn't coming out of that one. I mean, I might have, but not with my car, my dignity. Uh, silver. Okay, so yeah, it's not hard to get the gold. It's just takes a lot of time. That's a lot of sitting around. Fortunately, though, it's not like 100 degrees in the summer. I had no air conditioning doing DoorDash. You want to talk about like there must be like a version of hell somewhere where somebody's like driving around in a Ford Pinto, door dashing Popeye. Only and it has to be Popeye's chicken. Don't ask me why. Maybe Chloe can understand this. Door dashing Popeye's chicken to third floor apartments for like every single day in 105 degrees. Right? Um, nope. I had to do many. I've had to do many times. I was protect and I knew something was bad about to happen. Yeah, that's your right. I mean, gratefully, our internal our intuition knows. And of course, our higher self can see, but see what's going, see down, so to speak. But yeah, well now you can divine intervention. Yeah, that's what's weird is as a vegetarian, right? And it's like I gotta go pick up that animal and drive it around. It just feels weird, but like fried chicken is the weirdest. Like I haven't had fried chicken in so long, but now it's like fried cauliflower. They did try to make cauliflower like the substitute. It'll never substitute a good piece of fried chicken, but nonetheless. All right, guys. So Chloe, yeah, let me know. We can do Friday, Saturday, whenever. But yeah, I miss having you on the show. And, there we go. All right, guys. So we will go live tomorrow, and thank you guys for the joining this experiment. And we will do this again next week. And channeling, and it's just hard to do a general like it because they don't. I'm not like a soothsayer, and they're not gonna. That's when you guys do really. I mean, like if you're channeling some like they'll give you what they know to an extent, but they can't go way and above what you know. So you can't like channel like I'm going to channel Thomas Edison and become I'm going to channel the formula for nuclear fusion, right? And through Einstein. No, if you don't know fusion, he can't give you he can't give you the information. Habit does a cover. What's a covered bean? No, I've hit. LOL divine. Very much and spree. Habit does a covered bean. What's a covered bean? Is that like a bean in a garage? Do you have a schedule of times you're on YouTube? Yeah, generally, I'm at this moment. Generally after Truth Wave, well, whenever you, but 9:45, 8:45 my time, so 9:45 Central, 10:45 East Coast, and it would be 6:40. Whoa, 7:45 if you're like Scotty Boy Porch Crew. Um, Otherwise, generally I'm rando on the lives. If I miss a good dawning, which is possible with the way my universe is right now with job interviews or anything else, I may do a good afternoon. So just hit the bell. But otherwise, I'm not going to pin it to Fridays per se, because. But I will. We will do this multiple. At least we'll do it next week for sure. And pick a date. I don't know. I don't know specifically when. It's kind of hard though because I don't want to go over like anybody who's like in the family who's live or run over like Truth Wave or anything either. Although Truth Wave is going on right now. But yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Wow, it's almost going on 2 hours. You're in Arizona, the Habit Restaurant. Oh, that sounds good. So yeah, generally at the moment, but I think I'm gonna end up changing the time for good dawning. 8:45 is great for me, but generally speaking, it's almost like good early afternoon for everybody else, so to speak. And I realized that when I was doing good dawning on the East Coast, right? So I've done good dawning from 3 time zones. This is weird. Right, so I did it from the East Coast, and I realized that it's almost like good afternoon. And I understand, like if you're watching Victor and you've watched everything all the way up to that, it's like you get YouTube fatigue at that point. And then doing it in Central Time Zone when I was at Hershey's there, That felt a little more natural at least, but it's still late, so I get it. But so 8:45 here. If I want to try to do something really to help like the East Coast, I'd have to like wake my butt up or like do it like or 6 a.m. or something. So it'd be like 8 o'clock on the East Coast, and I don't know if I want to get up that early, but who knows what? I am open to anything, so whatever the future brings, then we shall see. But I don't know. I have no idea, and that's okay. I'm finally okay with that, and you can get okay with beats the hell out of me. What's next? Um, just know it's good, right? That's all that matters. Hey, East Coast. So yeah, yeah, it feels weird because I like shuffled 3 time zones in like 3 weeks. It was weird, weird, weird. Um, but yeah, I like being in the mountain time because I feel like I get a longer day. Like they're like, oh, we all gotta go to bed, and I'm like, wait, it's like 8 o'clock here. Wait, it's 10 o'clock. Wait a minute. So, but I don't know. It's the forgotten time zone, right? All right, guys. I'm gonna end this. I will see you guys tomorrow at Good Dunning at 8:45, 9:45, 10:45, or if you're we can't discount Nathan too, right? In the Atlantic time zone, that would only be if you're in Maritime Canada, and then so that would be 11:45, which for him then is good early afternoon. So he's not Dunning, but oh well. But and then for Grace, she'll never get Good Dunning unless she like wakes up and actually it's in her afternoon, but she'll never sync up to Good Dunning in the other side of the world. All right, good night, guys. I love you all. I appreciate it, and remember, everything you do creates your universe. And as a White Buffalo Calf woman's been saying all day, visualize the path because every step you take as you walk through your life, there, step through that path. Make sure you know where you're going, right? And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Love you all. See you all on the next.